Dear student, welcome you all in a new video with a new topic. In this video we will learn about foundations of the Mughal Empire. The subtopic that we will learn here are Babur, Humayun and Sher Shah. So let's begin the video. On the eve of Mughal conquest, India was a picture of disunity and chaos. The power of Sultanate had been reduced and independent kingdoms sprung up all over India. It was in such circumstances that Daulat Khan, the governor of Punjab, and Ibrahim Lodi's uncles invited Babur, the king of Kabul, to invade India. It means the period of time or the immediately when the Mughal conquest, that after Daulat Khan, who was the governor of Punjab, and Ibrahim Lodi's uncle, invited Babur, the king of Kabul, to invade the India or to attack the India. Jahir-ud-Din Muhammad Babur was born on 1483 Common Era. Babur was related to Taimur through his father and to Genghis Khan through his mother, and was therefore proud of his ancestry. So Jahir-ud-Din Muhammad Babur is the full name of Babur, and he was born in 1493 Common Era. Babur was related to Taimur through his father. He was related to Taimur through his father and also through his mother. Babur was only 11 years old when he inherited the throne of Fargana in 1494 Common Era. He conquered Samarkand when he was 40 years old, but in no time he lost both the territories. So when Babur was at the age of 11, he inherited, means he got the throne as parents' property, and throne of Fargana in the year 1494, and he conquered Samarkand when he was at just as the age of 14 years old, but in no time he lost both the territories, means quickly he lost the both territories. As he was an ambitious man, he was determined to make his mark in history. He did so by founding an empire in India known as the Mughal Empire. Babur came to throne of Delhi after defeating Ibrahim Lodi in the first battle of Panipat, which was fought in the year 1526. So Babur was ambitious man and he determined to make his mark in the history. He did so by founding an empire in India, and that empire known by the name of Mughal Empire, and he thrown to Delhi after defeating Ibrahim Lodi. Means when Panipat battle fought between Ibrahim Lodi and Babur, when he defeat Ibrahim Lodi, that after he thrown as the king in Delhi just after the war of Panipat in the 1526. Here we will learn about the Babur. Babur was thrown after the Panipat war, and he enjoyed the powers as a king till 1533. So period of Babur is 1526 to 1530, not 33, sorry, 30. First battle of Panipat. Babur and Ibrahim Lodi came face to face at Panipat in 1526. The army of last Delhi Sultan was completely destroyed by the superior war tactics of Mughal army. Means the war strategy of Babur was superior, and due to superior strategy of war, Mughal army destroy the Ibrahim Lodi's army. There were several reasons for Babar's victory at Panipat. At Panipat, Babar had used artillery which was known to Indians. Unknown to Indians, his army was better trained than the Sultan's army, and his cavalry was far superior to Indians' cavalry. He took over Agra, which was made the capital on April 27th, 1526. He declared himself Emperor of Hindustan. Means he introduced a new strategy of war. He used at the time of war or fighting with others king artillery, which one is known as the large gun, and he used the soldiers who fought on horseback, and they were also more trained. On April 27th, 1526, he declared himself as the Emperor of Hindustan. But the victory at Panipat did not make Babur the master of India. Afghan nobles and the Rajputs were not prepared to accept his overlordship, though Babur fought more battles to consolidate his positions. Means when he declared himself as the Emperor of Hindustan, at that time nobles and Rajputs were not prepared to accept his overlordship. Means they were not ready to accept him as the lord or as the emperor or as the king of Hindustan, though Babur fought more battles to consolidate his positions or to make sure his positions. After the first battle of Panipat, Babur army was reluctant to take part in further battles. Babur won over his soldiers by impressive and inspiring speech. He said, "A mighty enemy has been overcome and a rich and powerful kingdom is at our feet." He tried to reason out with them and asked them if it was sensible to turn back. When the goal lay in front of them, he also brought his wine glass and gave up wine. He was successful as his soldiers became inspired and motivated and agreed to march ahead or march forward. Means what? Babur was not only the clever person or the clever warrior, he was also the knowledgeous person. He has knowledge to inspire the soldiers and motivate the soldiers. When the soldiers deny or refuse to or showing their unwillingness or not showing their willingness for the next battle, at that time he inspired them and said, "A mighty enemy has been overcome and a rich powerful kingdom is at our foot." He inspired by saying this sentence, and also he said that he tried reason out of them, and also he said that if it was sensible to turn back when the goal lays at the front of them, he also brought his wine glass and gave up the wine. By saying such words or such sentence, he inspired his soldiers, or Babur inspired his soldiers and convinced them for the further war or for the next war, and he made them agree to march ahead or march forward. Battle of Khanwa, which was fought between Rajput forces led by Rana Sanga and by the Babur, and this war fought in the year of 1527, and in this battle Babur became the owner, or Babur defeated the soldiers of Rajput. Another battle fought between Rajputs and Babur was the Battle of Chandari, which is fought in the year 1528. And in this battle also, Emperor Babur on 29 January 1528 captured the fort of Chandari, and he defeated the armies of the soldiers of the Rajputs. Then another battle that fought by Babur was the Battle of Ghagra, which fought in the year 1529. After the Rajput threat was over, Babur had to face the Afghan forces on the bank of Ghagra. Babur's army defeated the Afghans on 6th May 1529. So after threat over from the Rajputs, that after Babur fought with, or Babur was fight with the Afghans, and on 6th May 1529 he defeated the Afghans. Babur died in CE 1530. After his death, he was succeeded by his eldest son Humayun. Achievements of Babur. Babur was a brave general and a great military genius. He commanded great respect among his soldiers. He was not only the brave person but also great knowledge in military. He commanded great respect among his soldiers. Though he was an orthodox means a person who believing in traditional principles of a religion. Orthodox Sunni Muslims, he was not a fanatic. He did not allow the ulemas to influence his decisions. So fanatic means someone who has extreme religious idea, means he has extreme religious idea, and also orthodox Sunni, then also he never allowed ulemas to interfere or influence his decision. He was a gifted poet and author. He had varied interest. He loved music, and played the game of polo. So he has interest in musical and also in the game polo. He also appreciate nature and led a number of gardens and planted many orchards. The gardens of Agra, Dholpur and Sikri were created by Babur. His autobiography Tuzuki Babri, also known as Babarnama, is regarded as an excellent literary work of the 16th century. It is written in Turkish language. So he was not only the great warrior but also lover of nature. He has planted many orchards. The garden of Agra, Dholpur and Sikri were created by Babur. His autobiography, which one is known by the name of Tuzuki Babri and also known by the name of Babarnama, is regarded as an excellent literary work of the 16th century, and the Babarnama was written in Turkish language. A new form of warfare where artillery and cavalry were used together in war was introduced by Babur. So a new strategy of war where they use the gun and horse rider soldiers, or well trained horse rider soldiers were introduced by Babur. Babur was using the both strategy at the time of war. It was he who by his bravery and wisdom led the foundation of Mughal Empire in India, and he was the person for whom the Mughal Empire led in India.